What's going on YouTube? It's your boy at Don. Keep it going, Charles. What's good? What's good? What's good? Got a few things to talk about. Like I said, I was gonna try and keep dropping more videos. That's what I'm working on. So, that's the goal. I'm keeping my promise. I'm gonna try to. Uh, fortunately, I say fortunately because she doesn't have to suffer, no longer suffer. You know what I'm saying? And the pain that she was in. But unfortunately, the Queen of Country, Dolly Parton, has passed away at age 80. Dog, yeah. My sister was a little upset. She was really a Dolly Parton. Was a Dolly Parton fan? Yeah. For all those who don't know, I gotta educate some of y'all out there. You gotta remember, there's black folks and there's black country folk, country black folks. She is well loved in the black country community, just the black community in general. She is well loved, bro. A lot of women, young women at that, looked up to her. God rest her soul in power. Rest in power, Dolly Parton. So she probably out there with Etta James, up there with Aretha Franklin, up there with all the greats. You know what I'm saying? Um, Honestly, it is a little worrying because it's like, oh, Dolly, boy, what? It is frustrating to lose a really great all around entertainer, artist, and someone that's pushing things for children, pushing the books, education, just pushing everything out there, bro. Telling them it's weird. It's funny because she did push a thing called oh, I don't know exactly what it's called. I forgot. I literally just saw it, gang. But it was something about using your imagination. You know what I'm saying? Make a difference in the world. And we all know you do that. You know what I'm saying? People in certain positions don't like that. But I'm not saying because of that. Maybe not. I don't know. But she was onto something. Like she was redeeming a lot of stuff. She was trying to redeem herself. You know what I'm saying? But she was onto something. God rest her soul. You know, I hate I hate that she passed away, bro. It feels weird, bro. It just feels like the world's just getting empty and empty, bro. Because now you just hear like all you hear nowadays is like a lot of these celebrity passing, and if it ain't a celebrity, well known celebrity, you know, um, family members, friends, uh, hell, even not YouTube influence, but yeah, we lost one of the YouTube influencers, black dude. I forgot his name. God rest his soul. He took his life. You know what I'm saying? He was just saying like he was just stressed out about everything, and he was just depressed. You know, but on the screen, he was saying like on outside the screen, they were saying like he was going through a lot of mental health problems, and for those who have for those who need mental health evaluation, go ahead and check with your doctors, or go seek some help. Not even just check with your doctors. Go seek some help. Find something that you love to do. Find something that's a therapy. There's a girl I talked to at my job. She does certain things, and one it was awesome because she's working on herself, and that's definitely I can respect a woman or a young lady that's trying to work on her mental health, bro. Working on herself, re-healing herself, retaking ideology, just certain things she had to let go and take in different things and realize for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I really respect women who do that, bro. Like trying to take care of her mental health. She you know what I'm saying? And then she's a good worker at that too. So, you know what I'm saying? So my blessings, towards her, with her, But sometimes we may never know what a person's going through, and it's sad. Some people don't like talking about it. I know I don't even like talking about it. I don't. You know, I don't have mental health. Shit, is that my book? Ooh, but excuse me. I don't have mental health problems, but I do sometimes think about my dad, and it just sometimes I burst into tears because it's still a hard fact to know that my father is gone. So, um, when I'm gonna be up in somebody's face, or be in a certain environment that I know I can't mentally, if it ever came to that point, which is it has, all I did was just kind of wipe my tears away, just sucked it up and went through as a man. Finished my workout, finished my gym, or finished my job position out that day. And that's one thing about life: the good, the bad, the ugly. But you experienced it, and you can give people chances if people really want to change for the best of themselves. And I know I still got a lot to work on. I got a lot to work on. Like I said, my last video, oh man, that gives me advice, bro. Is man, bro. Believe it or not, that made me think about a lot of shit about myself. I'm like, damn, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me as a person, bro. You know, but God rest her soul in power, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that she passed away. You know, um, yeah, woke up from a nap. I turned on the TV. Uh, I think I was trying to make something to eat all at the same time and make a video or something like that, edit some videos. And next, the news pop up. And the other topic was about. So today there's a thing on football on the day saying like there's a rise in death and CTE going on in football. Um, Honestly, at this point, anybody who's playing football or is gonna make it to the pros without even questioning it. What come with that. You know what come with that. So, um, and unfortunately, we lost a lot of great athletes too to CTE or you know things going on wrong in the head, bro. You know what I'm saying? But with the queen of country music, hers was more of a kidney and immune digestive system issues. Her and she didn't seem like she was aging like that. Like she didn't seem like the way she would move and this and that. And the other. Of course, that's only when she's in public. She's been doing it for so many years, so she got it down to the pack. But behind closed door, we don't know if she's, what she was going through, or how was she really moving physically in her health. Um, we don't know. We just know her by who she is as an artist. But anyway, back to the football thing. And it's kind of sad to say like the same thing, So we lost a lot of football players too in the league due to CTE, concussions, and them blacking out. The last craziest thing I remember was as a kid when I was younger. The last thing I remember, like as a kid, like I knew I didn't want to like do like drugs like that. Like what really kept me away was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. He passed away, but if you don't know, his name was Chris Benoit. His famous signature move was like the crossface. Um, it's like a submission move. Um, but yeah, I was just a kid, and that's what I'm talking about in this country. That shit, bro. I don't know if I seen Operation bro or a little animal, but even I as a kid, bro, found out like I don't know. I think it was when I got a little older why he did it. I thought like it was somebody trying to hurt his family. No, he ended up killing his whole family and hanging himself. Like it was just mad, bro. It was just mad crazy, bro. And this is me as a kid. Like, this is somebody who looked up to, my inspiration. And rest in peace to Chris Benoit. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, bro. But it was all the one. It's steroids, cause steroids, it's still a drug, bro. It alternates your mind, bro, and it gives you like super high testosterone levels, and it for some reason it just shoots up to your brain and causes you to hit like a primal primitive nutcase. Two, it's from being hit across his head with steel chairs and ladders and shit. If you go back and watch I used to have all his DVDs and watch his highlights. If you look at back some of the old WWE shit, some of that shit was actually real. Like, motherfuckers were really getting their skull cracked open, bro. Like, I'm talking about like on some ECW shit, but not really. ECW was on some barbed wire, thumbtack, burning tables, bats and shit. Man, they was on. I'm talking about burning cages, fighting in cages with, man, bro. Damn, there was snakes in that motherfucker. That shit crazy, bro. Like, you know what that shit will do to you, bro? And you like you're just wrestling, but you're putting your body and mind on the line, bro. You're sacrificing your mental. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you're being beat across the head or hit a few times, like with bats and stuff. Cause some of that shit is scripted out now. But when you get hit and across your head with shit for your whole entire career, and we're not just talking knuckles, cause you can punch motherfuckers and you stomp your foot on the mat at the same time, and it'll make it sound like you just crack their shit open. But sometimes they actually do, bro. And then throughout the match, you see them grabbing objects and beating each other over the head with it. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people talk about the UFC, but it ain't just. As far as I know, the only reason why a lot of guys have passed out in the UFC was because I heard a Japanese boxer, like 2024, 2025, a Japanese boxer passed away from brain aneurysm. You know what I'm saying? But that's the price of like dehydrating your body, dehydrating your brain, and then you gotta rehydrate as much as possible. And sometimes it takes the brain a while to rehydrate all the water and blood because you've been trying to cut weight and shit. So before you can even really rehydrate your body and mental right, you're going inside this fight. Because it's happened to me before. You're going inside this fight and almost did. And you get your shit knocked in, depending how the fight goes. But if the fight goes long and you got the withdrawal, you start like mentally like slowing down sometimes. But that's why it's important to stay hydrated. And if you plan on getting back into fighting, and I'm not trying to take away from football, but if you plan on getting back into fighting and you want to be at a certain weight class, just go ahead and make that weight early as possible before you even hit the gym thinking about going to the gym. Hell, even this morning, my sister said, "You might as well just give that up." I was like, "No," I had to run out the car, bro. But when she said that, I didn't get mad or anything like that. I was like, "Damn," but she's right. I went outside, did some jumping jacks. But anyway, the case is, it it's a terrible thing that's happening in the NFL, bro. It's a major factor of things too, bro. And then it could be money driven shit. That's sometimes worse. That's worse. But honestly, I think you have to sit down or you gotta sit down with our kids and our family members and explain to them why your kids might not make it in the NFL. I hate to say that. I hate to say that, bro. But you gotta honestly sit down with your kids and explain to them. What the fuck was I saying? Explaining them why football, why you have to have a backup plan in fight, or no, have a backup plan in business, skills, trade. You have to have a legit plan, bro. You got to sit down with your kids, your children, or whatever, and tell them, hey, you might make it if you're really that good and talented. You might be able to make it in that career that you love to do, football, golf, or just anything, sports and shit. But I would say predominantly Predominantly football. We gotta sit down with our sons and say, hey, you might make it, you might not. But if you do make it, congratulations, have a backup plan while you're in it. But some of us need to sit down with our children and our kids, like, and our young boys, like, man, look, this is what comes with playing football. This is what all this everything, whether it's combat, whether it's football, whether it's soccer, anything. Like, we got to sit down with them and let them know you have to have a backup plan, bro. This shit is not forever, bro. Yeah, you can use your body to make you money, but you also gotta have your mind too. So yeah, man, it's just been a rise in the NFL players just dying from the CTE concussions, the the beatings over the head. Some of these dudes, I ain't gonna lie, bro. No diddy. Some of these dudes be so fucking built, bro. When you run into these motherfuckers, bro, you feel like you feel like you done broke your neck, bro. If you man, bro, if you know, you know, bro. I've always done my neck exercises in the gym, or yeah, in the gym or outside the gym, because I didn't want my shit broken. I don't want my shit snapped back sideways. Bro, I seen a motherfucker get his shit rocked so hard, the back of his head touched his lower back, bro. His mid lower back, bro. I'm talking a mean ass uppercut, bro. And that was in multiple fights, not just the Francis Ngannou and what's his name, the dude that retired. Talking about he just horse. No, they used him steroids, dog. Them was water muscles, and they was not built to. He was built that he got the power and shit like that, but after a while, his body just kept taking beatings, and he was on steroids. And that's another thing with steroids, man. Boy, that shit. So no, kids, stay away from drugs, bro. Don't do it. G. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Um, I don't know. I'm not a physicist. I'm not a doctor. Not none of that. But I would say a lot of protein, fruits, vegetables. You know, protein shakes, protein bars, salad every once in a while, chicken, salmon. So that's what I would say to eat. Try to eat as clean and as good as possible, and for your body. If you want to make it in this game of the level of part of life where you're an athlete. It's a whole different ball game. Even when you're like down there well up into your years, bro. Like, it's just a lot of things. It's a lot of things. You gotta be careful, because how you think is how you feel. Sometimes how you feel is how you react to things and go about things. So you gotta be able to decipher too. That's part of using your mind, bro. You want to be able to use your mind, use your thoughts, use your words, put things together, fix things, heal things. You want to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? But you can very be spiritual. You can very be mentally and physically into what you love to do as a person that makes you money, and you're helping your family, friends, or whatever the case may be. If you trust them, that's up to you. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just think about, because even so I'm trying to find a great example when yeah, I said a couple times. I've even me, bro. I've probably had two concussions from my entire life, bro. Probably actually three, I think. And those were like different parts of head, different parts of time, so they weren't no back to back shit. Um, I don't know if it had an effect on me because it wasn't my frontal lobe, so it's not like I'm like retarded, not retarded, but it's not like I can't motor or my motor like my motor. It's not like my motor function is super off. It's not like I'm just don't know shit. Like, I can cognitively think very well and understand things and go about things. But yes, I have taken a lot of damage to my shit to where I forget a lot. I forget things sometimes. Something basic I would just sometimes won't understand. That's because I've had my shit cracked open one time as a kid, bro. Like bad. Like I had to go to the get my shit what's that shit, cat scan and shit like that. But thankfully I got a coconut skull, you know. What was it? My dad's Puerto Rican, so he got a big head. I got a big head, bro. Nah, bro. All jokes aside, bro. It's just, um, yeah, bro. You gotta be very, very wise out here. Even at a young age, you gotta be wise, bro. How you move and how you treat your body, how you put your body through situations. Um, it's important to use your brain more. It's important to know when right is right and wrong is wrong. You know, but like I said, that's a thought process thing. That's something a person would have to internally go in with inside and figure it out. Like, what the fuck? You know, like this bullshit, this bullshit. Yeah, bro. But honestly, but honestly, honestly, bro, I don't know, bro. But God rest Dolly Parton soul, bro. God rest her soul, and she'll be forever missed. Yeah, we have a lot of things going on in the world, but this will really show you, bro. Like, it don't matter about racism. It don't matter about all the bullshit. It don't matter. It don't matter, bro. It just matters that we're all the same as one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some of us have the same celebrities that we enjoy listening to, or we enjoy watching, or understanding this that the situation with them and their life sometimes. And you know, the only thing that's different is culture. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see, well, that's always a big thing going on. But that's all you hear nowadays, negative shit. That's all you hear nowadays is just negative shit. So, I don't think that she was like on drugs or anything. I don't believe that. So I think that she really did have, with her being an older woman, she did have health problems. I really believe she just had health mental, not mental, but I believe she had health problems. So like I said on the news, she was internally with it body internal damage is going on in her body system. So you know, that's why I say it's very important to make sure you're taking your about care of your body inside and out. You know, I'm sorry, bro. I'm just stopping because, like, man, it's just we're like we are losing back to back to back. We're losing everybody, and just I'd say loved ones at that. Like, this is a very strange time that we're in, bro. I don't understand this, gang. It's like soon after COVID, bro. Like, dog, soon's no, 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 no. No, 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 no. After COVID, it's like shit really changed, bro. Like, shit just got like people got a little softer. I will say that, but to a degree, you know, so that's just me, honestly. But this shit is just crazy, bro. I don't know what happened. Like 4 or 5 years, 6 years went by real quick, and then all next thing you know, it's just like all the bullshit that came with the came with this COVID shit before and after, really, to be honest with you, in mid COVID, because people was on some shicey shit and scamming and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's a mental health problem within itself. Like, you gotta deal with that shit, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like, at one point, I didn't really care from working from home. I'd rather just be on the job site, laboring and get my little funds up and shit like that. But then it got to the point where like when we all like it got to the point where like when we were able to do that though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I took the opportunity, but I did stick to a night work, an essential working job, on site job. But a lot of people were getting scammed, bro. They were just getting scammed all during COVID, and then you had the PP loan scam that was going on, bro. Like it was bad, G, and it still is. It's worse, bro. Like and people can have, and now people in this data center shit, people can have. It's a lot to deal with and intake. I'm telling you, bro. So, like I said, rest in peace to Dolly Parton, because she was probably just like one of us, just trying to like internally intake all this bullshit that's going on around the world that wasn't right. And she tried. You can clearly see that she tried. And that woman tried, bro. God rest her soul, power, bro. And many other greats, bro. And many other greats, bro. No matter what song, what race, what any of that shit is, bro. But you still got some of them good ones that's out there, but you got a lot of them that's moving on to a different world, moving on to a different place. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily gone. They just moved on. Fulfill the mission, gone, bro. Keep it a buck with you, bro. Keep it a buck. Like how I be bucking the weed plants at my job. I'm just keeping a buck. I'm just plucking, just we're all buds until we get plugged, bro. But honestly, like I said, bro, God rest her soul. Hopefully she's okay where she's at now, and hopefully, even like I said, spiritually, she's well beloved in the black community. You know what I'm saying? She's black, white, don't matter, bro. Asians, everything across the world, bro. And I hate to say it like that because now we're stuck in a world where all you hear is like fucked up shit that's going on, whether it's a race thing or not. It's just too much internally intake, bro. Over skin and jealousy, bro. That's all this shit amount comes down to. Like what rich elite people be like gold and money and global currency and information a little bit. To us, it's just like skin, ideology, and just jealousy. But I don't know. Sometimes even if I try to think it's racist, bro, I feel retarded. I'm sorry. Even a few of them got some good jokes. Like turned out to be decent people. But I think they just had it already in them as a decent purpose. They just one of damn, they're like niggas too. Some of them, damn near, bro. They like, did you come back in this skin color? That type of joke type shit. Like, you really been back in this skin color? Boy, I done met a few, boy. Shit, man, jeez, bro. But like I said, bro, you know, it's more than just being an athlete, an entertainer, actor, singer. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta, you're human too, you know what I'm saying? God rest her soul. And as far as the football thing goes, really sit down with your kids and tell them, like, talk to them about sports and business and stuff like that, because we got to get out of his mindset that, okay, once our kid makes it, then we made it. Like, you're living through him or her to make it in that shit. Unless you know she's going to be genetically gifted or really good at that sport and hopefully good at business, she's well off to do, bro. And hopefully she'll take care of the parents. You know what I'm saying? But some parents are just, here, go do that, make this money. They love you, but they rather for you to make them some money. You know what I'm saying? But that's my honest opinion, bro. To really sit down with your kid and explain to them this shit, bro, and break down business to them, cause this shit out here is really wicked, bro. I'm dead ass. Shit's wicked. Shit's wicked, gang. Shit's wicked, but I'm gonna get up out of here. Get ready for work tomorrow. I love y'all. Stay positive, bro. Don't let shit stop you. Love y'all. It's your boy, Don. Keep it going, Charles.